is what should be in a founder's toolkit, and also what should be for you specifically, what should be in a outsider's toolkit, or if someone wants to break into the industry, what should be in their toolkit?
What should be in a founder's toolkit is you have to fall in love with the word no. You have to use no like cocoa butter. You got to just start to. B. Smith has a quote: "You have to stand on a mountain of no's to reach your yes." No's aren't no's. What no's are is you sharpening your blade on, yeah, but well, if you had, and if you could get, and all you're doing is making that, and then you get to that piece of paper and you just go, because all those no's sharpen that blade to, it cuts the paper like nothing. And so a lot of times people take no's personally. They think it's about them. They make it about their ego. You have to have patience and perseverance, which means no isn't no. And the other thing I would add in the toolkit is it needs to be that you have to not personalize the journey. You have to understand that the hero's journey is supposed to be hard. It's making the kind of change that you're thinking in your mind seems like a very good and simple idea, but you have incumbents who are sitting there making money the way it's made now, and they don't want that to change. And you come along and you go, well, why are you guys doing it that way? We should just make cars electric. And people don't like you to change their business model. So you have to understand it's not personal, but you're taking food off their plate. And they, when for the first time, I remember we were running some ads and stuff, and we were showing in our social feed a lot of negative comments, and I used the MoviePass product and it sucked, and it did. We ended up finding out that a theater chain, very big theater chain that will remain nameless, hired a PR firm to go in and do bad reviews on our product. And at first you're like, well, and then you realize, oh, the game has changed, right? And enemies did that all the time. One of the great books, if you ever want to read it, is Sam Walton's book.
Made in America.
And he talks about going across the street to Kmart or Target, and he would walk in there and put on little disguises and go write down all the prices and walk back across the street to his and lower all the prices and say, we have the cheapest prices in town. But that's what business is like. Everybody's fighting for their survival. What would I say for the outsider? Your outsideness is your advantage. You have a unique point of view from a group of people you represent, whether you're Android users, whether you're instead of Windows, you're Google, using Google software, whether you are, and trust the power of being a small, passionate group. And then people glob onto the vision that group has. And you set a very high goal. When Google said, we want to make all the world's information and data accessible and free, this is stupid. This is crazy. What are you talking about? But people liked, and remember, their motto was do no harm.
Of course.
Those are very simple brand ethos. Just do it. There's nothing like Heinz. Avis, proud to be number 2. Like, there's just like these brand ideas that you find your place in the ecosystem and you represent it strongly. And people love an underdog. People love new. They love different. There's a point at which someone will want to challenge MoviePass in the space. And then how do you stay cutting edge, and you're the old guy on the hill, and they're coming to take your lunch, and they're all 20 years old, and you got to learn how to compete, you know. So those are kind of the two things that I would say. They're very long answers, but there you go.
If you enjoyed that clip, make sure you head over to www.bookumapp.com to download our app so you can connect with your favorite bookish content creators, start conversations, and start your own book club.